Friday, and I literally just posted my getting back on track vlog. It honestly like made me sad, because as soon as I got back from that Chicago trip, so I got back on Friday or Saturday, and then I had like a good few days. Tuesday, I woke up and I had a swollen lymph node. I didn't know what it was at the time. I woke up and my neck hurt. I just was like kind of going like this and like massaging it, thinking I slept weird. And then I was like, what the fuck is that? And I had texted him and I was like, I have a tumor. And then of course I went to Dr. Google and I was like, I think I have, that must be like a lymph node, because I know that there's like lymph nodes up under here and like that go down your neck, and sure enough, but then it spread. And so I have now 1, 2, 3. This one's actually not as bad. I think they are a little bit better today, which is nice. I'll try and show you. You can only see it in like certain light, kind of, but you can see them. They're like literally sticking up out of my neck, right on like whatever this muscle is. It really is really uncomfortable, and I've just felt like dog shit for the whole week, essentially. Just like really, really bad headaches and fatigue. Just feeling like my body is so heavy. June is my favorite cat to hold. There's something, she's like squishy. She's not fat. She used to be fat. She's not fat anymore. But she's just like the perfect amount of squish that it's like really comforting to hold her. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking, today's the day, we're gonna feel better. And it just hasn't really been the case. So I went to urgent care yesterday and I don't have COVID. So they did that rapid test. And then the doctor was like, she came in, she was like, so tell me, you know, why'd you come in? Whatever. And I was like, honestly, like the biggest thing is my lymph nodes. Like it really kind of freaked me out. This has never happened to me before. And they're like pretty painful. And I just like haven't seen significant progress. Like usually if I get sick, I rarely get sick. But if I do, unless it's something really bad, I'm down and out maybe 2-3 days. That's typical for me. And it's been 6 now, 5, 6. And so she starts feeling like around my throat. And she was like, okay, like a little swollen under here. And she's like, where? And I kind of like pointed to where they are. And she goes, oh. I was like, yeah, I wasn't lying. So she's like, okay, they did the COVID test and then that came back negative. So they did another like nasal swab for, I think it's like all the flus, to rule those out. And then they had to draw like kind of a lot of blood. So they're gonna test for like Epstein-Barr and other more like chronic conditions. Really hoping that's not what it is. Epstein-Barr would be like mono. So like a lot of times Epstein-Barr doesn't like present necessarily as anything, but you just have it like forever. And it can flare up as a result of like, you know, different environmental stresses is my understanding. So I haven't gotten those results back yet, but I'm still not feeling 100%. My lymph nodes are still, they're about the size of like, I would say like a pinto bean, each of them. But on the agenda for today, I was determined no matter what. Now Tim's not feeling good. Adeline's been sick, but hers is different. She just has like a cough. And since she has asthma, it always just like goes down into her lungs and snowballs into being like much worse than it would if she didn't have asthma, frankly. But I was like, we need to clean. Like we need a good pre-fall cleaning. Everybody needs to clean out their closets. We need to like get rid of stuff. The garage is a fucking mess. Tim's like wheels from his truck are in there. He's like, I'm gonna sell them, like so I can, which I don't doubt that like someone will, that they're good wheels. I mean, I don't really know how that works, but he's like, someone will buy them, we'll get a good amount of money for them, but they're taking up half of the garage right now. I'm hoping that he can kick that Facebook Marketplace search into overdrive today, and we can get rid of those and get rid of some stuff in the garage that's just accumulated, do it a little clean. I honestly yesterday felt better because it was really a roller coaster, but I did, when I got up and like made myself, we went for like a bike ride and a walk with the dogs, and it did make me feel better. Like just being up and moving, getting fresh air as soon as I stop moving, that's when it feels like I'm like a bag of bones. So that's the plan for today. Get out of the sink. He's such a shit. He just won't leave them alone. Tim and Adeline are still working on Adeline's room. Cleaning out her room sometimes is like the show Hoarders, where all of a sudden she has an emotional attachment to everything that she owns that she hasn't touched or worn in 6 months. So he's going through that painstaking process with her right now. Clothes, shoes, toys, just all the crap that's in her room. But I finished my room of shame. I'm gonna do the cat room right now. Give it a good deep clean, all the bowls, all the like the floor, try and get all the litter up, empty the litter boxes. One of my least favorite tasks, honestly. Where things are gonna get hard. I've had this for a really long time and I think I've worn it twice. I just can never bring myself to get rid of it because I just think it's so cute, but I don't know, I feel like I have to follow my own rules. Like, do I actually wear it? But it's so cool, it's vintage. It's like, don't look at my armpits, I need to shave them. I'm gonna keep it. Okay. I know this doesn't fit me anymore. Yes, 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 yes. This one, I like it, but it's like frilling on the end. It's like pilling and frilling. I think it's probably lived its life. It's from Topshop, so not the best quality. This is cute, but it doesn't stay up, but I'm gonna keep it anyways. This I don't wear. This I love. I wore for a wedding. I'll probably consign this because it's kind of nice. Might bring it to Moss or like one of the consignment stores in Austin. See if they'll take it. I think I'm gonna have to do that, unfortunately, with one of my Ghani dresses. I love it, it's so cool, but I haven't worn it in a really long time. Someone else would love it better than I can right now. I feel like Skims dresses just have to stay because they're a good staple to have. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, this one can go. Sorry. Mesh also really had a moment for me. This doesn't look like a dress, but it is a very cute one. It's from Farm Rio. I wore for my friend's wedding. I always think of things like this as being like a really good vacation dress, and then it just never happens. Although it is so cute. I really like this one. I'm gonna think about this one. I'll probably try it on and see what I think. This is the Ghani one I'm talking about. So fun. Puffy sleeves, but I don't wear her enough. I've probably worn her like 3 or 4 times, and she was expensive. She was one of my like first big purchases. What are you doing? Where did that thing come from?
Natalie got me it for my birthday.
Oh.
And I can do different like voices.
Well, you don't have to try to make it higher if it's already making your voice higher. OG. Okay, that's it. I don't know, it's so fun. Like, it just feels like a tropical vacation, but I don't go on very many tropical vacations. I just spent the last hour searching for my car keys that I could not find after I went to urgent care yesterday, and they were in the bag I brought. They were just in a weird pocket. But room is done. Well, closet is done, I should say. Completely cleaned out the closet, reorganized her. We still don't have a shoe solution, if you couldn't tell. So we kind of just put them at the bottom on the floor. That's all we have for right now. I don't know what a good shoe situation is for our closet, but we're gonna go. I really want to go to the bookstore before it closes, so we're gonna go do that now. Get out of the house. I want to get a new book. I finished Mexican Gothic the other day, and I want to keep this train rolling. I want to keep reading. So I want to get one kind of similar to that because I really was super into it. It was like a little horror-ish, not full on. There was like a little romance, so I want something kind of like that.
Going all the way.
Adeline's like a puppy.
You're doing great.
Tim basically, whenever she has a bunch of energy, he just like makes her run around. He's like, let's stop at the track. We'll just go for a walk. And I was like, why wouldn't we just walk in the neighborhood? He was like, let's just go to the track. And now I'm seeing the whole time he was definitely planning on making her run like a full 400 as fast as she can. Take a little bath. I think it will help continue to make me feel better. I honestly have felt better today than I have, I think, since Monday, which is good news. I just wish that these lumps would go away. But hopefully now that I don't really feel any other symptoms, that means that these can calm down a little bit, but we'll see. I feel really good about how productive a day we had. Adeline is also in the bath right now. She's like on the other side of this wall basically, and I can just hear her singing and like splashing around in there. Or maybe she's taking a shower. Either or, she's singing and just like making a ruckus as she always does. Sometimes her showers or baths turn into like full-blown musicals where it's like 40 minutes straight where she is singing at the top of her lungs. And I just can like, I can like remember that. I can remember that from my childhood where like my baths, I didn't really take showers until I was a little bit older, but my baths in particular, I would stay in there for a long ass time and I would sing and I would like fuck around underwater, pretend I was a mermaid. So she's really bringing me back. I'm excited to start this book. I love that little bookstore. That was my first time ever going there. It's like really close to our house. It's a little hole in the wall, but they pack a lot of books into there. And it's funny because I was saying to Tim on the way home that I keep thinking that I should get a Kindle, that I want to get a Kindle. And I've been on the verge many times, but every time I think like, well, sure, I'm not like buying the physical book, which is like saving paper and arguably like maybe better for the environment. I don't know, is it? And it's like easy, it's at your fingertips. So you finish a book and you can just like get another one and it's light, it's easy to carry around. There are a lot of pros, but then I get really stuck at the part of like, well, then I'm like, doesn't Amazon own Audible? Oh, no, it's not Audible. It's yeah, Amazon owns Kindle. Then I'm just only buying books from Amazon and I'm not able to give my money to these like local bookstores that I find to be so charming and lovely and very important for the community. And like this one in particular, I went to the back. I think I took a little video of it where they have like banned books section where they say like any teens essentially that have a banned book that they want, we'll order it and we'll give it to you for free, which I was like, I will like sponsor that. And you could see on the wall, it was like people requesting like books about like being trans or like queer books or things like, and they had like a whole queer section, which I love. Like I'm just so wholeheartedly supportive of all of that. So I'm just way happier to give my money to a little local bookshop. And yeah, I'll have the physical books, but I don't know, I think it's better for me, at least. I do have a little work that I need to do, so I'm gonna try and get that done while I'm in here. And also I wanna end this video as we head into Q4 of the year. I wanna do a little goal setting, especially now that I'm feeling better. I think like I was feeling a little demoralized, honestly. I talked about this on my last vlog where like I really made a commitment to myself that I would be consistent even though I was traveling, and even though this is like a really busy season for me, it's really important that throughout the fall and into the winter that I'm able to like still make progress in the gym, make progress with my work goals, make progress and like keep myself on track even when life gets a little bit crazy. So what I would like to do to finish off this video is do some goals for Q4 and some intention setting. So we'll do that after we get out of the bath. Okay, we're gonna write out our Q4 2025 goals. I had to put my ring light on because it's too dark in here. All right, we're gonna start with work-related goals. One of my main goals is to hire an assistant. That will be happening very soon. It's something that I should have done a long time. Look at this. Get down. She thinks we're playing. This is really naughty behavior for you, really making me look bad. You don't typically do this, you're a good listener. But you want something right now, I don't know what it is. Get down, get off. She just wants to lay in the bed, that's all. No. No. Okay, you're going out of the room. You going out of the room? No. I just brought her out into the living room and put her on the couch. And I go, I don't know what's gotten into her tonight. And Tim goes, I'm sick of her today. I'm done with her today. Okay, work goals. Hire an assistant, which I've been putting off for a really long time, mostly because I just get really overwhelmed by the process of potentially hiring someone. And then I want to build a YouTube fitness library. And what I mean by that is I basically want to make somewhere between long form and short form video for like anything and everything that you would need. So any exercise, not any exercise, but you know what I mean, like main exercises, using machines, stuff like that, where it would basically be like a, I don't know, maybe between 2 and 5 minutes depending on the thing, where I just like walk you through the exercise, give you form cues. It's really easy, digestible, but I think it would be really cool to have just a place for people to go where it's like, you know, that you could go to my YouTube channel and get almost any exercise you would want. And if you like my style of explaining and coaching that exercise, then you can come back for whichever one you want. And I think that that would be fairly easy for me to put together. It just would require time. But I think like if I had Charles shoot it for me, where we could just go and do like 30 exercises in one day and then do it again another day, and it's like that's 30 videos that you have. So that's a goal of mine. I would really like to at least put a dent in that by the end of this year. Next is my Apex role, so the fitness competition that Tim has started, and we did the first one. I really want to be involved in that, and I want to figure out what my role is going to be and start going in on it. I'm just excited about it. He's excited about it. A lot of people are excited about it. I think that I have some really good skills that I could contribute. My thought is like marketing and like organization, sort of that piece of the competition. Sorry, my brain's a little fried. I feel like I'm talking in a really choppy manner. Next, I want to get back on a content calendar. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have not been on one, especially with the amount of travel, getting sick, like the funeral, all of the things that happened. I am not even close to being on a content calendar. I am just holding on for dear life. And I have been on content calendars before, and it's made my life so much easier. So my goal is to get on a content calendar and stay on it as much as I can. I think it's unrealistic for someone with my personality type and broken brain to do that 100% of the time, but it can be done, so I'm gonna try my best. I wanna reach my ladder team milestones, so, you know, continue to grow my team. There are goals within the organization for me to hit, and I would like to reach those goals. They are lofty, but I want to do it, so I've been putting in a significant effort to, you know, marketing the program and trying to like really reach my target audience there, and also like help people understand what it's like, because I think sometimes the biggest barrier is just getting people in there and getting them to understand what the app is like and what the program is actually like when they have had experience on other apps before and maybe not liked it, or they're like, nah, I'm not like an app person. Usually I can rope in the people that are not app people if they try a workout. And then I want to explore some brand collaborations. I'm not gonna expand on that very much. I would like to start thinking about what potential collaborations I can do in 2026 and start talking to my manager about that, and starting to speak to brands that I really would like to collaborate with. So those are my main work goals. I feel like I have a good mix of like habit-based goals, actual like metric-based goals, and things that I'm actually striving for. All right, let's get to work on training goals. Training goals we have. I am putting it in writing that I want to run a sub 6:30 mile. That is a lofty goal considering I dragged my ass to the finish line with an 8-minute pace. But here's what I'm banking on. That was with no training, no running whatsoever. So I think I can pretty quickly shave probably a minute off that if I start training. So I feel like I have 7 minutes in the bag pretty easily. with any level of consistent training. I want to improve my Apex score in general. Now Phoebe's screaming at the door. These animals, I swear to God. I want to improve my Apex score overall, which includes the mile. That's the one that I think I have the most room for improvement with, but I need to improve my approach jump. I need to improve my med ball toss. I think my broad jump could get better, and my 40, I need to work on my start. I want to start really training for that stuff, so that's gonna probably be intimated to Ryan fairly soon. But my first goal is just like getting back into the gym in general this week. I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. I don't have a headache still. I only had one for a short period of time today, so I think that that is a pretty good indicator that I can safely and comfortably work out tomorrow. Train on program 3 times per week, even with travel. So I typically lift 4 times a week and then, you know, fill in the gaps with cardio. But when I'm traveling, as you guys know, that gets a lot harder. So I'm giving myself like 3 times a week minimum, even with travel. That's just across the board. So if I have a weekend trip, maybe that means I'm getting 3 training sessions in before I leave, or if I have a week-long trip, just getting 3 of my programmed training sessions in, no matter what. Even if it's like, you know, I'm going late after a shoot or an event, or I'm going early in the morning and waking up and getting it done, it's important to me. So I'm gonna make a point to do that because that was a really big goal of mine going into this stretch of the year. I wanna retest my big 3 lifts. I don't have huge lofty goals for them. We were really moving in the right direction before this happened. And I'm not totally demoralized thinking that it's all gone out the window, but I do think I probably have experienced a setback this week, and that's okay. But I would like to retest and just like see where I'm at. And I would like to compete again early next year. But the barrier for competing is that I would need to be able to PR when I go. There's no point in me competing if I'm not going to PR because I'm not competitive getting to like nationals or something crazy like that. It's all for me and it's like fun for me. I really enjoy the meets, but there's no point in me competing if I'm not going to be able to hit at least 1 PR on one of my lifts. And then the last thing, this is something that I have been saying, I think since the beginning of the year. Not proud of that, fam, not proud of that. But I want to get back into Muay Thai. There's only so many things you can train for at one time and so many things you can focus on at one time. And it's not something that is so important to me. Like, my lifting is so important to me. It is like essential to who I am. The like training for athleticism and speed and all of that stuff is very, very important to me. Muay Thai is fun. It's something different to get me out of the gym. I think I would really, really benefit from it mentally and physically. I think it would just be really enjoyable for me to get back into it. I just need to find a good place to go, start going, rip the band-aid off, and maybe it's a once a week type of thing. That's all of my training goals. Next up, we have nutrition and wellness, obvious ones. Hit my protein goal, hit my fiber goal, take my supplements daily, which actually, as soon as I finish this, I need to reorder a couple of supplements I've been working with, a company called Superpower. I did some initial blood work where they basically test all of my biomarkers, and you meet with your provider and they go through every single one and kind of tell you like, this is what this means, this is what we're gonna do if it's not in an optimal place, and then you retest after 6 months and you have like continuous care. I had a few things that came up that were like, my cholesterol's high, which I knew because it runs in my family, and it's been like that every time I've gotten blood work. I've had high cholesterol, but in the past they've kind of been like, keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't worry too much. Like, once you like go through menopause, then you'll probably have to like get on a stat. This woman that I met with seemed to think otherwise. She disagreed and was like, no, you should be thinking about this now. So the increase in fiber should help with that. And then there's a couple of supplements that she had me take that she's like, these might help and we won't have to go any further than that, or if they don't, then you might have to think about some medication. So I'm gonna reorder those supplements, and my goal is to take those every day. I have been really good about I take my PROMIX supplements, so I take my deboat every morning, pre and probiotics, my creatine, I take magnesium every night, which that's like a new introduction for me. Sups daily, breakfast every day which I've been pretty good about too. I found that on the weekends I'm not as good. I didn't eat breakfast today. Breakfast every day, I want to carry that through to the end of the year. In that same vein, fueling for training, making sure that I'm eating before I train, not just like eating breakfast and then going to train 3 or 4 hours later. I've really found that that does not serve me well, and so when I eat like within the hour before I'm going to train, I feel a lot better. So fueling for training, drinking enough water, 12,000 steps a day, so upping my step count a little bit. I just would like to have more daily activity. I need to figure out how to track those steps. I don't really want to wear my Oura ring anymore. I need to do a little more reading about it, but I'm pretty sure they're like selling their data to like the government, which is like, all right, they probably have it all anyways, but I just am like, it's the only thing I use it for. Is like, I was using it for sleep, but I sleep great, and I was using it for my step count, so I feel like there's probably a simpler way. Wish I would have figured that out before I bought it, because it was expensive. 8 to 9 hours of sleep, 10 p.m. bedtime. The last one I'm gonna do is like personal stuff. I don't know, just general things I want to do that don't have to do with fitness or work, essentially. Okay, our last 2 sections of our little quarterly goals are personal. So I want to read 1 book per month, just for pleasure. I would like it to be more than 1 book per month, and I'm already on the right track, but I think 1 being the minimum, so I can get at least 12 books a year that I'm reading for pleasure is a good place to start. 1 date night with Tim bi-weekly, which we're pretty good about. Plan social dates 1 time a month, so plans with friends. I see Hannah a lot, and like we do stuff. I don't know that I'm always great about like making plans, so I would like to be better about that. Call my parents 1 time a week, call my sisters 1 time a week. I would like to help coach Adeline's sports, which I'm going to be doing for the first time for this volleyball season. I just think while she's young and I have the ability to like help coach some of her sports, that I think it would be special, and I think I'm qualified to do it at this point in her life. So Tim already does all of it, mostly because he like can't not have control over it. He is really good at coaching them, but I think sometimes he watches like some of the other parents that like don't really like, they don't put as much stock in it as he does, and he's like, I should be doing this. I'm gonna help with volleyball this season, and then I'll see if he wants help with basketball and stuff going forward. I just want her to know that it's important to me to like be there and be part of the process for her as much as I can and be supportive of her. Planning my phone time and unplugging 1 time a week. Having planned time for doing a little R&D for social media and the times where I am engaging with my phone and times when I'm not. And I think the latter is the most important thing, is making decisions about the times that I'm not engaging with my phone, if I can help it. And when I say that, I mean like, unless I have active like work that needs to be done on a timeline, but like I would really like to have times where I know that my phone is going away and I'm doing other stuff and I'm able to completely separate. So those are all of my Q4 goals. I'm sure that I forgot some and I'll be able to add as we go, but we'll finish with some affirmations, which I think are also nice to just like write down. These aren't necessarily things that I like say to myself every day. I just think that they're good reminders, and I don't know, I change them fairly often, but this is one of my favorite ones. I am someone who keeps promises to myself. It's one of the most important things that I've learned about having self-esteem and having confidence, is that so much of it has to do with when you say that you're gonna do something, or that you want to do something, that you actually do that thing. And nobody does that 100% of the time, but the people that are really good about doing it as much as possible, or a lot, are people that are much more comfortable and confident in themselves. Because when you do the opposite, if you tell yourself all the time, I'm going to start going on walks, I'm going to get this done before I watch TV, I'm going to whatever, promises that you make to yourself and things that you say to yourself, and then you don't do it over and over and over again, you don't do it, you start to think differently about yourself. You don't think of yourself as someone who follows through. You don't think of yourself as capable. You don't think of yourself as strong-willed when it really is just about the habit of following through on the promises that you make for yourself. So that is something, and it's not something that I've always done in my life, and I still work on it super actively, because I mean, I feel like the Muay Thai thing is like the perfect example. Like that was something that I was like, I want to do this. It's not hard. Like I feel like once I get going, and it's not like the 6:30 mile, right? Where I kind of hate that I put that down on paper and it's gonna be hard and it's gonna suck. Muay Thai, it's like, why is that a thing? But I just haven't gotten it done. I don't know why. Second one, I deserve the opportunities I have and I can rise to them. Get that imposter syndrome out of here. I don't have a lot of it, but I think I have a lot of moments where I'm like, how did I fucking end up here sometimes? But I think when you think like that, you don't do your best work. I try to remind myself that I deserve these things, and because I deserve them, I owe it to myself and I owe it to the people that are giving me these opportunities to do my absolute best. Third one, rest is not lazy. Taking rest, taking well-timed and intentional rest and time away from being busy and time away from needing to be doing it all the time. That's not lazy. That is taking care of yourself. And usually we know the difference. And then number 4, I'm lovable, I'm capable, I stay true to myself. That's all. Feel free to share any Q4 goals or affirmations that you have. That's gonna be the end of the video for this week. I hope that you guys are excited for your own Q4 of 2025. I think the fall is a really wonderful time. I think like just naturally the changing of the seasons, things start to cool down a little bit. We're not all over the place with summer plans. Kids are going back to school, and naturally I think we all feel a little bit more focused, a little energized, ready to take on new challenges. And that's how I feel right now. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Thanks for spending the day with me. Hopefully you guys get a little refresh before you head into the fall. Get rid of some shit in your house, clean house, and clean out your brain, and you can head into this season just really excited and ready to take on whatever you want to take on. So I love you guys and thank you for being here. I will see you next week.